Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. So for those of you who are new, my name is Christiane, otherwise known here as IHeartAirbrush, and today we are dipping into some more swatches because it's just a swatch kind of time, okay? So as you know from the title, we are going to be swatching Dinair's Colair Opalescent line, the shades that I have in my collection, of course. We're gonna lay them all out and swatch them for you. So if you are interested in seeing swatches of the Dinair Colair Opalescent line, then please keep on watching. Alright, we are back to swatching some more shades, and this is probably the most requested video of all time here on my channel, and that is straight swatches of the Dinair Colair Opalescent shades. Now the Colair Opalescent shades are absolutely stunning, beautiful, amazingly pigmented. We're talking about full-on shimmer on some, full-on foil on some others, straight metallic on other ones. I mean, the range and textures in these shadows are just, it's awesome, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and swatch them for you. I have a total of 29 shades in my collection that are still available at airbrushmakeup.com, okay? Your girl didn't throw any limited edition ones because I literally only have a few of them left that is still usable, okay? So everything that you're gonna see here, all the swatches that you're gonna see are shades that are still available at airbrushmakeup.com. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get onto the swatches because we know that's what y'all came here for, okay? Alright, so first things first, I went ahead and laid down a strip of white using Dinair Colair Extreme, and that is just so you can see the true color of each shade. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is Tea Time. That's going to be the first one swatched in this block here. So I'm just laying it down like so. Now this shade does have a good amount of shimmer to it, as you can see here reflecting on the light as I move my arm. The next shade we're going to go in here with is Tahitian Dust. Now this shade is more of a satin-like metallic finish. So it's not reflective, but then at the same time it's not matte either. So it's a nice in-between. The next shade we're going to go in with is Lady Luck. This one I find has a little bit more of a foiled look, especially on the eyes. As you can see here, it is a little bit more reflective than the one before it, Tahitian Dust. Okay, the next one we're going to go in with is Aztec Gold. And this one too is very, very reflective. I'd say it is a little bit more reflective than Lady Luck, as it has a little bit more metallic rather than light shimmer particles. Okay, the next shade we have here is Aloha. Now this one has light shimmer particles, but it also has a finish that's very similar to Tahitian Dust, so it's more satiny. It does have a light shimmer to it though, so you'll definitely see that reflect. Absolutely beautiful. I love this shade. I'm just building it up just a little bit more so you can see the color a little bit better on camera. There you go. Alright, so the next shade in is Persimmon. And this one is really beautiful as well. It's metallic and has a light shimmer to it. I'm just going to take a little time to dry it up a little bit here. There you go. Now you can see the true color. Alright, and the next shade is Date Night. I believe this is the last shade in this section. So I'm just laying it down like so. Now I am spraying it a little heavy, okay, as to show the pigment on my arm right away. So I'm just going to go ahead and dry it down like so. Now this one is metallic with light shimmer as well, just like the last shade we laid down. Alright, and these are all the shades in this set here. So I'm just giving you a quick run over of it again, bouncing the light off so you can see it on my skin tone as well as against the white. Okay, and then here we have these shades with the name listed above. And then also swatches and the comparison to how they look in the bottles. That way you can get a good idea. So I went ahead and laid down another strip of white, and we are going to work on the second set here. And to start this off, we're going to start with Cashmere. Now this one is, I'd say it's finely shimmered. I mean, it's shimmery, but the shimmer in it is very fine. So you still get a nice like satiny metallic look. Okay, next we have Vanity. And this one is more metallic, but still has a light shimmer to it. I'm just going to go ahead and build this one up nice and opaque, drying in between layers. That way you can see the true color, of course, because I do want it to pick up on camera here. It's a very beautiful hue. Okay, the next shade we're going in with is Shocking. And this one is more metallic-like. There's not much glitter in this one. It's really beautiful. It's like a nice foil, but not quite foil. So like in between a foil and a satin. Same thing, I'm just going to go ahead and dry and add a few more layers. There you go. That way you can see the shade nice and opaque. Alright, so the next shade we're going to go in with here is Blood Orange. Okay, and this one has a little bit of shimmer to it. It's not as metallic as Shocking, but it still has a good metallized look. Okay, the next shade we're going to swatch here is called Longbow. And this one does have some bigger shimmer particles in it. So it's not quite as metallic. I find that this one is a little bit more of a satin finish. Absolutely beautiful. You can see that shimmer sparkle in it. I move my arm here. Alright, so the next shade we're going to swatch today is called Be Mine. This is a shade that was brought back in the Candy collection. It's one of my favorite shades. And this shade is more, I guess this one's more metallic. There's not so much glitter in it. It's absolutely beautiful on its own or even as a topper to other shadows. I really do love it a lot. It's one of my favorites. All right, so the next shade we are going to go in and swatch here is called Villain. And this one is more metallic. There's not much shimmer in it. It's very beautiful. They all are. But I'm biased to purples. I think we know this by now. So this is a deeper purple hue that is more metallic foil kind of finish. That reflect in these metallic shades is just stunning. All right, and the last shade we're going to swatch here is Prestige. Now this one is a little bit more satiny. It does have a little bit of metallic to it, but there is also a good amount of shimmer in it as well, as you can see here. Alright, so this is the last shade we're swatching in this section here. So here are all of the shades laid out, reflecting the light, so you can go ahead and see the true color of each shade, as well as the texture. And then here are all the swatches with the names listed above. And then also the swatches with the bottles below, so you can get a comparison of what it looks like from the swatch to the bottle. Okay, now I laid down another strip of white here for the next set, using the same Colair Extreme White, keeping everything consistent. So we're going to start off swatching Enchanted first. Now this shade does pack a good shimmer punch here. It has a pearlescent finish to it, which is slightly metallic. It's really beautiful, but it does pack a lot of shimmer. So you'll see that here as I'm applying the swatch. I'm just building it up to make sure that you can go ahead and see the true color. And then reflecting it off here so you can see the shimmer. Alright, the next shade I'm going to go in with is London Fog. This one too has a good shimmer punch here. So it does work great on its own or as a topper to other shadows. This one's a little slightly more metallic than Enchanted. Enchanted's a little bit more pearl-like. This one's a little bit more metallic. Both pack a lot of shimmer. So the next shade we're going to go in with here is called Surf. Surf has more of a metallic finish, more metallic satin, not as reflective. Still beautiful. Just a light shimmer to the shade. Okay, the next shade we're going to go in with is called Atlantis. Now this one does have a little bit more shimmer than Surf. And it too is metallic. If you build it up, it can be slightly reflective and foiled. So I definitely recommend building it up, of course. Just making sure it's dry for you guys. And there we go. So you can go ahead and see the finish, the texture, as well as the true color. I do think that Surf has a little bit more shimmer than the shade, but they still both have a decent amount of shimmer. So the next shade we're going in with is 24 Carat. Now this one is metallic, and when built up, it is definitely reflective. So it's super stunning. Definitely understand why it's called 24 Carat. So I'm just going to go ahead and build it up in the same fashion I've done with the rest. Drying in between layers. I had to layer it up a little bit more so you can go ahead and see the color nice and opaque on camera here. You want to showcase this shade in all its glory. Alright, so the next shade I'm going to go in with here is Appletini. And this shade is very similar to 24 Carat in that it has a metallic finish. When built up, it's pretty reflective. It's beautifully foiled. There we have it, such a beautiful metallic. Alright, so the next shade we're going to go in with here is Cypress. Now this one has a little more shimmer to it. I'd still say it was between a metallic and a satin. So it has a nice texture to it. Works really good just on its own on the lid, or even topped over a matte green shade. So I'm just going to go ahead and build this one up lightly and then dry in between layers. I want to make sure to get it nice and opaque so you can go ahead and see the color shift in the shimmer in this one. It's absolutely stunning. Just perfecting my swatch a little bit. And then of course making sure it's all nice and dry so you can see the true color. The reflective glitter in this one, guys, it is absolutely stunning. And I'm not just saying that because I like green. It really is beautiful. Alright, and the last shade in this set we're going to be swatching is called Deep End. And this one is packed with a good amount of shimmer. It's nice and deep. As you can see, the shimmer packs a punch here. So I'm just going to go ahead and swatch it in the same fashion as all the others. Swatching and drying, you know. This shade does have a really beautiful shift to it in the shimmer as well. As you can see, it definitely packs a punch when it comes to shimmer in comparison to the shade before it. So there we have the light reflecting off, so you can go ahead and see the true texture and the true color. And here's a close-up of each of the shades, because I want you to be able to see the finish and the glitter in some of these. Super stunning. Okay, then we have the shades with the names listed below. And then also the swatches with the bottles underneath, so you can go ahead and see how the shade looks from the swatch to the bottle. So last but not least, the final row, same fashion, color extreme white. I laid down in a strip of that so you can go ahead and see the true color of each shade. And for this row, we're going to start off with Island Sands. Island Sands is a gorgeous metallic. It's got some shimmer to it, but does not pack as hard of a punch as shimmer as the last set. I think we saw a lot more shimmer in London Fog and Enchanted in the last set. Still absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. Works really great for a highlight shade. It just catches the light so beautifully. Alright, so the next shade we're going to go in here with is Cleo. This one has more of a metallic finish to it as well. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, but nothing intense. It's got really beautiful reflect as well. But they kind of all do, so you know. Such a beautiful hue. Very reflective. Alright, so the next shade we're going to go in with is Brown Sugar, and it is very similar in texture to Cleo, but the hue is very different. So it's got some shimmer to it, but it is like satin metallic finish. Alright, so the next shade is Espresso. And this one is a bit more metallic than shimmery, even though it does have some shimmer to it. They all do have shimmer to them. The degree of shimmer is kind of what I'm describing throughout each. So when they dry down, what to expect on the lid is, I'm trying to describe the finish of that. So hopefully I get them all spot on. But you know, if I'm incorrect about something or you have a different experience, please put it in the comments below. It's got a little bit of shimmer, but mostly metallic and reflective. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, the next shade is Aubergine. Okay, and Aubergine has a similar finish to the previous 3 shades that we just swatched. So you're going to get some shimmer in it, but it's going to be a little bit more metallic and slightly reflective when built up. I think of the last 4, this one probably has the most shimmer to it. As you can see here. A very beautiful hue. Alright, and the next one I have a lot of, and this is Underground. Gotta keep stock of Underground, okay? So this one has light shimmer to it. The shimmer particles are a little bit larger in this one. The finish, I would say, is a little bit more satiny. It's not so much metallic, it's like muted. So this shade is very, very versatile in that you can use it in place of a metallic, or you can even use it with full-on matte looks just to add that little pop of dimension. I use this shade quite a bit and I mix it in a lot of the time, so that's why I have such a big bottle of it. And as you can see, there is a color shift to the glitter. All right, and then the final shade we're going to be swatching, I completely forgot to insert the picture of the bottle, so I'm really sorry, but you're going to see it in a minute, is Phantom. So Phantom has a metallic hue, but it also has a lot of glitter in it. As you can see, the glitter does pack a punch in this shade. I'd say that the glitter particles are not as large as the ones that you're going to see in Underground, but it's definitely a good size and there's a lot more of them. So it definitely reflects the light really beautifully. So you have that beautiful deep undertone, and then you have that reflective sparkle on top. You see what I mean? It just reflects the light so beautifully. Okay, so that's it for the swatches. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you a quick look at the textures one more time, as well as the true shades against my skin tone and the white, you know. And then here's a little bit of a close-up so you can go ahead and see the difference in textures. The opalescent line is full of metallic textures that just have so much range and so much versatility. So here is the swatches with the names listed above, and then also an image of the swatches with the bottles below so you can get a comparison of the swatch to the bottle. All right, so that is all of the swatches of all the shades that I have in the Dinair Colair Opalescent line. All right, like I said, there are a few stragglers that are limited edition, so I did not include those in there because I'm not trying to tease y'all, okay? So what you did go ahead and see is all of the swatches of the shades that are still available at airbrushmakeup.com as of today. So that about wraps it out for this video. So you know the drill. If you found this video helpful and informative, please give it a big thumbs up. Sharing helps me out a ton. So please do not forget to go ahead and share this video if you have the platform for it. I would appreciate it so much. And as always, remember to subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed. And if you are subscribed, or if you choose to subscribe today, don't forget to hit that little bell icon right next to the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you get the quickest updates anytime I upload a video. All right, loves, thank you so much again for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.